maybe you can help put some hands together. There's a guy named Alex. Hey, shut the fuck up! I'm here. You're here too. Thank you guys. I want to give a round of applause for a dude named Alex who's going to be starting a nerd night in Eau Claire. He's up there. Can you guys give some claps up for him? Good to have some more nerds in Madison. He's here kind of learning the ropes, and I think we're setting a good bar for it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for our next presentation here tonight. Do we have any drum corps fans in here? Just hands, no claps yet. We got a couple, okay, nice. Well, yeah, I hope, Christopher, come on, Jesus. Yeah, all right, fine. He regrettably throws up his hands. He has presented on stage, not here, but somewhere, in like 2001, so he's really excited for this. He's been in front of lots of crowds. He's a really good drummer. He was at one point. No, doesn't want to. He loves karaoke though, and he particularly loves the song that he's going to come out to. He's got a great topic for us. Nerds and Madison. Put your hands together for Christopher! That's the karaoke jam that I am. I've known this from time to time. Hello, my name is Chris. Pleasure to meet all of you folks. So I'm going to be presenting about drum corps today. This is a favorite topic of mine. Thank you for starting the clock, Jamie. It is something that I've grown up with. I am from Dubuque, Iowa originally, not a far cry from this lovely little town here. Yeah, woo 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 for Dubuque, I guess. Dubuque is one of a handful of towns across the nation that has a drum corps. Some of you might know Madison, Wisconsin has its own two. In fact, they have two in this area. One down in Oregon as well. So, I mean, everywhere I go, I got a drum corps around me, which is great. But the purpose of my presentation is to kind of liken it to any other art forms which you guys might be fans of, which you guys might be nerds about. The way that I am nerdy about drum corps. So, kind of to get into it, big question is, what is drum corps? What it is, technically, is an American pageantry art that dates back to the early 20th century. What you got, basically, for your canvas is you've got a football field, you have brass instruments, you have percussion instruments, and you have a color guard. So you have, your two forms of musical instruments, you have a couple of different visual tools to play with. You've got the color guard, and then you've got the drill. So you've got the formations that all the percussion players and the brass players and the color guard performers create with their bodies in intervals according to one another. Where some drum corps have begun is that they've begun, back in the early 20th century. You've had police departments that have created drum corps. You've had Boy Scout troops, which ties very much into this town's drum corps. The Madison Scouts started from a Boy Scout troop. Before the creation of the governing body that we know today as Drum Corps International, DCI for short, you would have regional competitive circuits. So those all coalesced in the early 70s to create this one unified body known as DCI. Kind of like, to check another nerdy box off the list here, kind of like your WWE or your NBA, where you're kind of getting various different leagues and whatnot, all into one nice little tightly packaged object there. All right, but okay, all that aside, all the technical stuff aside, what really is drum corps? What I like to define it as is an intersection of power and grace. So if you've got, beautiful sweeping moments with, very powerful, very loud brass instruments, what you're also getting is a nice, bit of clarity. This isn't just, gross horns bleeding, making angry, ugly noises. You have precision attached to that. So I think that's the nice kind of connection between power and grace, is the precision with which performances are executed. Oh, did I hit the button there? That one? That's a whammy, folks. Alright, talk about power and grace. Other great things that I like to attribute to drum corps It's a summer activity, so for me, you know, when the weather gets warm, the sleeves start to come off, it's drum corps season, baby. Also, very youthful activity. Technically, if you can drink, you can't drum corps. This is for your high school folks. This is for your college students. These are the participants that can participate in drum corps. And as I was telling one of my friends before, you got your weekend warriors. There are such things as alumni and senior corps where folks over 21 can perform, but they don't perform within DCI. They're not the big drum corps that everyone follows in the summer. No offense to those that participate or appreciate senior drum corps. Very energetic, going again along with the power and grace aspects. For me, it's also intrinsically American. It's, you know, you can have your apple pie, you can have your baseball, give me drum corps. Also very competitive. One of the things that I like about it is that you can appreciate the artistic expression that is drum corps, but you can also very much enjoy the competitive aspects of it. There are competitions throughout the year, across the nation. There's judges that score and rank these drum corps by points. And you can keep up with, you know, who's going to be on top of this drum corps this week or next week. The other drum corps is going to be on top. So it really has that nice kind of sports athletic spectator type of you know, thing that you can enjoy if you really like you know, drum corps, more than one drum corps, two or more drum corps going at it, rivaling each other and all that stuff. What I also like about drum corps is that it is a nice, big, long, protruding middle finger in the face of physical limitations of what the body can do and what groups of bodies and groups of people can accomplish together. There are, I can't cite any really specific scientific studies, but when drum corps used to be presented on TV and they kind of show, you know, some videos in between corps performances, one of the things that they would highlight is how performers' bodies just become so incredibly perfect almost over the course of a season. The amount of oxygen that performers can intake, be it a brass performer or percussion or color guard performer, if they're marching, they can increase the oxygen rate at which they oxygenate themselves. Or, again, I don't know, not the scientist here, just the artistic appreciator.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Start over. All right. I missed one here. So, again, as I mentioned before, it welcomes nerds, both the practitioners and the spectators alike. So that's how I feel that this is a perfect topic for nerdiness. One of the big things that I want to point out here as well is that I like to think of drum corps as defined both by its limitations and its ability to evolve through those limitations. So you've got a certain number of people in the field, you've got a certain number type of instruments you can play, you have a certain number of shapes and things that only the bodies can do on the field. And beyond that, what drum corps can aspire to and evolve to is amazing from one year to the next. So, originally this presentation was going to kind of highlight the other artistic forms by which drum corps kind of connects. But what I want to highlight are three things that I find are great ways to connect a drum corps to an audience, period. There's emotion involved, there's intelligence involved, and it's highly invigorating. I'm going to throw a fourth one at you folks, tied to that other one about evolution. It's highly innovative as well. Ah, man, I did it again. Yeah, sorry about that. Me and my fat fingers.
No, they're not.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to look at one example here. This comes from the year 2011. Phantom Regiment, Rockford, Illinois. Another close by city. Great drum corps lineage there. The program is Juliet. Thinking Romeo and Juliet would be absolutely correct. This is going to be the finale. This is going to be highly emotional. The music that we're going to listen to is Wagner's Elsa's Procession to the Cathedral. Get those hankies out, folks. Listen very quietly. Seeing some bodies in motion, seeing some dance happening. Some very graceful, beautiful music being played. Power comes later. always a nice sign if they're in the back. Expect that power to come this way, come forward. You'll notice a lone dancer up there. Did you wait in question? This might be rubbing up and see what he does.